Welcome, Representative, newly elected, Congressman-elect Ivey. Fantastic. What worries you the most come January 3rd, sir?
Well, I mean, I think one of the things we want to make sure is we can continue to build on so many of the great things that we got done in the previous Congress. It's a real capstone, I think, from the standpoint of legislation to expand the infrastructure, healthcare, homeless assistance, all of those things. I hope we'll be able to build on those in the upcoming Congress. But the Republicans seem to want to focus purely on investigations and, sort of attacking the Biden administration instead of helping the American people.
There are so many things that you want to get done. We mentioned some very big ideas in the introduction to you, Representative-elect. What is the one thing you would love to be able to accomplish and that you're hopeful about in your first 2 years in Congress?
Well, it's hard to narrow it down because the American people have so many needs. I think, I would love to see an expansion of the earned income tax credit and some of the child tax credits that are going to expire at the end of the next week. Gun reform, they took a good bipartisan step last time around, but assault weapons and ghost guns are things that also need to be addressed. Voting rights reform, I think we could continue to build on. I mean, there's so many things that I'd like to see happen, but it's going to take two to tango. Hopefully the Republicans will come to the table and be willing to work with us to actually get legislation done in the next 2 years.
In many cases, 218 to tango, right? As you're counting the numbers there. Hey, Representative-elect, I do not work for Congresswoman Joyce Beatty, but I will ask you this. Given the CBC's history and its ability to get so much done in Congress, what is your plan as you potentially look at what you'll be doing with the Congressional Black Caucus, and for that matter, the Quad Caucus, as you work with the Asian Americans that are in Congress, as well as the indigenous representatives who are going to be there in Congress, as well as the Latino and Hispanics?
Great question. I've already had a chance to attend a lot of meetings with the CBC, and it's a real honor for me because I started my political career in 1987 working for one of the founders of the CBC, John Conyers. So they have a strong agenda. I thought they did a great job, the Quad Caucuses, in helping to be the backbone for a lot of the positive legislation that got done in the last 2 years. And hopefully we can continue to build on that in the years coming up.
What happens, we were talking about earlier in the show here, Representative-elect, that potentially you may not have a speaker in the first 2 or 3 days. So January 3rd, you're sworn in, and then you're kind of hanging out. You're just waiting for a leader of the House to take control so you can start doing your work. What do you think of that happening?
I mean, it's a real possibility. It looks like the Republicans are having a real tough time of getting themselves organized and even taking care of the basics. And it's such a stark contrast to the leadership the Democrats had in the last Congress with Nancy Pelosi, Steny Hoyer, I think leading maybe one of the most historic Congresses in the history of the United States. So, we'll have to see what they do. Hopefully they'll get it together soon and we'll be able to move forward soon, but it's not looking promising so far.
15 seconds, as you have given so much and been involved in the political conversation, both locally as well as nationally here, Representative-elect Ivey, what is the one thing that's going through your mind right now? Because you finally made it.
Well, I mean, the people of Prince George's County have given me another chance to serve them, and I look forward to that. I really appreciate the trust that they've given me, and I want to make sure that I do everything I can to make Prince George's County and the United States and the world better places for all of us.